Alright, let's dive into this because it's a topic that's got the football world buzzing. Arsenal's ambitious move for Vinícius Júnior didn't pan out, and now everyone's wondering, who's next? Personally, I think this is where things get really interesting. It's not just about finding a replacement, it's about finding the right replacement. And let me tell you, the names being thrown around are fascinating. But before we get into that, let's take a step back. Arsenal went for one of the best wingers in the world, and while it didn't happen, it shows their ambition. What this really suggests is that they're not settling for mediocrity. They want someone who can make a difference. Now, let's break down some of these alternatives because, in my opinion, each one brings something unique to the table. First up, Kenan Yildiz. This guy is a stand-up player at Juventus, and what makes him really interesting is his versatility. He's a dynamic winger who can score and create, which is exactly what Arsenal needs. But here's the thing, Juventus might be open to selling after missing out on the Champions League. What many people don't realize is that Yildiz's stats are impressive. 20 goal involvements last season. If you take a step back and think about it, he's only 20, and he's already breaking records at Juventus. This raises a deeper question. Could he be the long-term solution Arsenal is looking for? Next, Nico Williams. This one's a bit more complicated because he's contracted to Athletic Club until 2035. But in my opinion, if Arsenal could convince him, it would be a massive coup. Williams is a dribbling machine, averaging 8.2 dribbles per 90 last season. What this really suggests is that he's a player who can take on defenders and create chances out of nothing. The only downside? His €90 million release clause. But if you're Arsenal, and you're serious about winning the Premier League again, is that too much to pay for someone who could be a game-changer? Then, there's Abd El-Zuli, or Easy Abd as he's known. This guy had a breakout season at Real Betis, with 18 goal involvements in La Liga. What makes him really interesting is his ability to win fouls and progress the ball upfield. Personally, I think he's a bit underrated. He's not Vinícius, but he's got some similar traits, and he's only 24. If Arsenal is looking for someone who can come in and make an immediate impact, he's definitely worth considering. Now, Mika Götze is a name that's been linked to PSG, but here's the thing, transfer windows are unpredictable. What many people don't realize is that Götze had an incredible season in the Eredivisie, with 30 goal involvements. He's got quick feet, he's creative, and he's only 21. If Arsenal could pull this off, it would be a statement signing. But in my opinion, it's a long shot. Still, it's fun to think about what he could bring to the team. Iliman Ndiaye is another name that's been heavily linked. He's a proven Premier League player, which is a big plus. What makes him really interesting is his ability to carry the ball and win possession high up the pitch. But here's the catch. He mostly played on the right for Everton. Could he adapt to the left? Personally, I think he could, but it's something Arsenal would need to consider. He's not the flashiest name on the list, but he's solid, and sometimes that's exactly what you need. Lastly, let's talk about the outside shouts, Jack Grealish and Marcus Rashford. Now, these are wild cards, but hear me out. Grealish, despite his age, showed at Everton that he can still deliver in the Premier League. His ability to win fouls could be a game-changer for Arsenal's set-piece strategy. And Rashford? Well, his loan spell at Barcelona showed he's still got it. What many people don't realize is that he's also a set-piece specialist, taking 94 corners last season. Could either of them fit into Arsenal's system? It's a stretch, but in the world of football transfers, stranger things have happened. So where does this leave Arsenal? Personally, I think they've got some great options, but it all comes down to what they're looking for. Are they after a proven star, a young talent with potential, or someone who can fill a specific role? What this really suggests is that their next move will say a lot about their ambitions for the season. And as a fan of the sport, I can't wait to see what happens next. What about you? Who do you think Arsenal should go for? Let me know in the comments below.